What's going on, everybody? This is your boy, man, coming at you with a video here. Houston Texans versus the Denver Broncos in Houston, Texas at NRG Stadium at noon Central Time, Texas time. Denver Broncos coming to Houston, Texas. Now I want to see what two particular people do in this game. One for the Denver Broncos, one for the Houston Texans. For the Houston Texans, Bradley Roby playing against his former team. Denver Broncos, Kareem Jackson playing against his former team. I want to see what those two players do. I also want to see us get our tight ends more involved in this game like we've been doing to help us win with Darren Fells and Jordan Akins. Now, and also Jordan Thomas. I know he hasn't played much, but get Jordan Thomas more involved. Now, the reason why I want all this to happen is because I think that's the best way for us to win this game. Also, too, our defense, our linebacking core, it seems like they got a real good connection. I'm loving the fact the last two games, they dressed up and they had pretty good, solid performances. Against the Colts, they dressed up, looked like it was more the comeback, I think it was. And then against the Patriots, it looked like it was the SWAT team. Hey, it seemed like it works. It seemed like you got that, that morale with each other. It seemed like it works. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So, with all that being said, though, let me go ahead and get right into it. Because this video is going to be kind of short. I had us predicted to win this game 38-25. And like I said before, this was before anybody got benched, injuries, traded, anything. For the Texans and our opponents. I made this prediction before the season started. It's my Houston Texans 2019 season. Go check that video out. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And before I get started, before I continue, I should say, remember, see that mini helmet right there? If the Texans finish at least 11-5 or better, we'll have a giveaway for that mini helmet. Now, I am liking the fact that Kareem Jackson is going to be one of those type that's basically letting the Broncos know what to look for in playing the Texans. Because he's been in Houston basically his whole career. This is his first season outside of Houston. So he's basically know what to look for with DeAndre Hopkins, DeAndre Hopkins and Deshaun Watson. Excuse me, I had a brain freeze right there. Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins. He know what to look for in this team. He know what to look for with Bill O'Brien. So, with all that being said, let's see if his knowledge, is going to pay off for them or pay off for us. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do hate the fact that he left because I am a big Kareem Jackson fan. Well, I was, but, it is what it is, part of the business. Now, on the flip side, we can say the same thing with Bradley Roby. You see what I'm saying? He knows, their defense pretty good. He knows, their offense pretty good. So, see what happens. Now, I think another way for us to keep a win is to, excuse me, is, to keep that running back, keep the Denver Broncos running back to a minimum, I guess you could say. Because he loved playing for his hometown, because he is from, excuse me, sorry, he is from Denver. So, with all that being said, though, Philip Lindsay, that is, excuse me, he is from Denver, so he loves playing for his hometown. He loves wearing that orange and blue. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing that I do want to say this is, let me go ahead and get this out the way. I know this kind of is not going to make any sense, but forget the Orange Crush. That was back in the 70s and part of the early 80s. There's no more of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where they get that from. Now, because I've heard people say that to us, or say that to me, several times, me being in Colorado. Now, also too, Drew Lock had a pretty good, decent game, against in their last game last week. I forget who they played, but he got his first win. Threw his first touchdown in front of his dad. You know what I'm saying? That was it. That was at the game and stuff. So he's riding that emotional high, and so are the Texans after dominating against our last opponent. So with all that being said, I think the best way for us to win this game is to slow down Philip Lindsay. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying stack the box, but keep an eye on him, I guess you could say. Okay, I know we need a little bit more film study on Drew Lock, seeing how last week was his only play. So his only game that he played. So they might have to go back and look and see what he did, when he was in college. So see what happens there. So, and also too, I did see that Drew Lock was seeking advice from Peyton Manning on what to do, against Houston. But this is not the same team, that Peyton Manning has faced. A couple of same players, but not the same team. Now, with all that being said, though, I know we have a couple of injuries, with Brendan Scarlett, however you say his name, and Will Fuller. Will Fuller, with his hamstring and stuff. So, because I did notice when he was in the Patriots game, and with the Colts as well, too, he was, rubbing on his legs, his hamstring, like, it's kind of bothering him a little bit. But he toughed it out and he played. So, kudos to him on that. Also, too, I do think that with this particular game, I think this is a statement game for us. And the reason why I'm saying that, I'm not, knocking the Denver Broncos. I know they're coming in with a 4-8 record. We're coming in with an 8-4 record. So I know that this is going to be a statement game for us to see if we can keep that drive going. Stop playing like a daisy defense, because Roman Cornell have been known to do that. I don't know why, but we need to cut that out. If we're going to dominate. It is what it is. We got to do it. You know what I'm saying? So the number one thing here is seeing, what we're going to do after that great emotional win, or what the Texans are going to do. Seeing what Bill O'Brien and Roman Cornell, what kind of play calling they're going to do. Well, how they're going to call the game, how they're going to coach the game. That's something I want to see. And especially since we're at home too. We want to keep our lead over the Titans in the AFC South. You know what I'm saying? We want to keep the pressure on them to try to have to come beat us to take it away from us. So we want to keep that going. Then also, excuse me. Then also too, I think another good way for us to win this game is to have Duke Johnson and Carlos Hyde, basically both of them, involved in the short passing game. The tight ends in the not so short passing game, of course, the wide receivers in the long distance passing game, and the running backs in the short passing game. If that makes sense how I put that, I think that's the best way for us to win this game. With all that being said, though, I think the Texans should win this game because, like I said, I had us predicted to win this game 38-25. I'm not changing none of my predictions. I'm leaving it as it is because I know things have changed when I made that prediction. Things have changed dramatically. This is when the Broncos had Joe Flacco starting. This is before we traded Clowney, before White got hurt, all that good stuff. So it is what it is. So with all that being said, man, I'm finna go ahead and get up out of here. This is your boy, Man Up, Chunk the Deuce. And remember, at least 11-5, I will have a giveaway for that mini helmet right there. I already got to plan out how I'm going to do it. So, and also, too, I have not done this in a while, but I have to do this. Been slipping on my mind. I'm getting old. Y'all see the gray hairs? Got to get a shout out to my boy, Ed Honcho. Y'all see that South Sports mug right there? Got to get a shout out to him. So with all that being said, man, I'm finna go ahead and get up out of here. Chunk the Deuce. This is your boy, Man Up. And as always, you was in the man cave. Now I got to kick you out the man cave. Holla.